In a world where monstrous creatures terrorize the streets of a once thriving city, the people live in constant fear of a deadly threat that could strike at any moment. The landscape is no longer the safe, orderly place it used to be. Now, the citizens are forced to rely on an elite group of warriors whose sole purpose is to protect them from a terrifying enemy: massive, bloodthirsty insects. Our story begins with a young and eager swordsman. Unlike most warriors who join the fight out of necessity or survival, his motivation is deeply personal. His father was a revered samurai who once protected the people from these horrifying creatures. But due to an unforeseen event, his father was severely injured and could no longer fulfill his duties. Now, the young swordsman has taken it upon himself to continue his father's legacy. Determined to prove his worth, the swordsman embarks on a journey to join a specialized unit tasked with exterminating the monsters. But he quickly learns that the road ahead is far more dangerous than he ever imagined. The creatures he faces aren't ordinary opponents. They are towering, grotesque, and nearly impossible to defeat. Every encounter with these beasts feels like a battle for survival, testing not only his skill with a sword, but also his courage and resolve. Soon after arriving at the city, the swordsman finds himself in over his head. The creatures are relentless, attacking with an unpredictable ferocity that leaves the soldiers struggling to defend themselves. Each time one of these enormous enemies appears, destruction follows in its wake. Buildings are toppled, streets are reduced to rubble, and lives are lost. The weight of responsibility begins to bear down on him as he realizes that this war is unlike anything he's ever imagined. But just as despair starts to settle in, he is introduced to the other members of the elite unit. Each one is a master of their craft, wielding unique and powerful abilities that make them formidable in battle. Together, they form a diverse and unbreakable team, standing as the city's last line of defense. While they seem strong, they all harbor their own personal struggles, haunted by past losses and failures in their battles against the monstrous insects. Among the group is a mysterious leader, someone who appears to know far more about the creatures than they let on. Their command remains steadfast, and their strategic insight appears nearly otherworldly. But there's an air of secrecy surrounding them, a dark past that no one dares to question. Despite this, they command the respect of every soldier, leading them into battle time and time again with strategies that have saved countless lives. The young swordsman soon finds himself in the thick of things, thrown into his first mission alongside these seasoned warriors. As they tread through the shadowy streets, the mounting tension is palpable. Fully aware that peril hides in every shadow, tension hangs in the air, each step weighted with the possibility that it might be their final one. Then, without warning, the ground shakes, and the monstrous creatures emerge. The battle begins. Chaos erupts as the warriors spring into action. The sound of steel clashing against exoskeletons fills the air, and the swordsman struggles to keep up with his comrades. The creatures are faster, stronger, and more intelligent than he expected. It becomes clear that this isn't just a test of skill. It's a fight for survival, but in spite of the chances, he denies to back down. He charges forward, driven by the memory of his father's honor and the desire to protect the city. As the battle rages on, the unit begins to realize that something is different about this fight. The creatures seem more organized, as if they're working under a single command. The mysterious leader notices it too, their sharp eyes narrowing in suspicion. There's a growing sense that this isn't just a random attack, but the beginning of something far more sinister. The turning point comes when one of the creatures, larger and more terrifying than every twist and turn. Don't forget to like and share this video with fellow fans. It's your support that helps us dive deeper into these thrilling worlds.